eyes peeled.
I think I saw something.
Stop worrying, we'll be fine. Think I got something.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is FoxyDude back here with a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Today we have some massive news, and that is going to be regarding the April customization content update coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2. We've had an initial announcement from the DICE community manager, Ben Walk, about what is coming in the update, and I'm going to be here to bring you all of the latest information on what's going on and what is going to be there. So sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. So going on to the community post then, it says, incoming transmission. Welcome to the very first edition of the community transition of the brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 community update. Moving forward, what can we expect? The goal for them is that they want to basically produce an update and brand new content coming every single month. That's what they want to do, and that's what they're aiming to push forward. Obviously, last month we had the progression system update. This month we're now going to be having this big community update, and they want to keep making that a monthly thing as part of their main goal. We expect the community transition to evolve over time, and you, our community, are going to be at the heart of this evolution. But enough of the introductions, we've got a lot to talk about, so let's dive straight in. The first piece of appearance and also Gamemode that we're going to be receiving is amazing. Ewok Hunt, it is called. For the first time in Star Wars Battlefront 2, you will be able, yes, you will be able to play as an Ewok in Star Wars. Take to the forest moon of Endor in this new Gamemode Ewok Hunt. The ambush begins as the Ewoks attack the unsuspecting stormtroopers using spears and any other ability they can to muster down and take down the intruders. Each defeated stormtrooper spawns as another Ewok, multiplying until the Empire's forces have been completely eliminated and the Ewok celebration can begin. Imperial forces will need all of their training to survive until their evacuation arrives. Do you think so? Will they be able to make it off Endor and claim the win? This is basically Infection, but just in Ewok mode. So if you get killed by an Ewok, you respawn then as an Ewok and you have to go take him out. This is going to be probably one of the best game modes in Star Wars Battlefront 2. This sounds absolutely incredible, and I'll put a picture on the screen right now of a little concept art that they've got on this community page of an Ewok. Just, oh my god, I can't actually quite understand what I'm going to be seeing here, which is absolutely insane. Anyway, let's move on into it then. So, what have we got then? So, new appearances. The addition of the new appearances are some of the most requested items to date amongst the Battlefront 2 community, and we're pleased to confirm that there are more on the way starting this month. So here's what's arriving in this update for heroes. So this is going to be in this update. We have got, first of all, a skin for Chewbacca. We're going to be having a wounded Chewbacca with an arm patch. So this is obviously when Chewie was fighting on the space station with Han Solo. Of course, he actually got shot by one of the enemy personnel that was there, and eventually then when he regrouped with the Resistance, he was able to get his wound patched up by a medical person over at the Resistance. So I believe we're going to be seeing one of those, which is kind of interesting. The next one is going to be a scarred Kylo Ren patch over Scar. Now, I believe this is going to be the Kylo Ren skin that we see or the appearance that we see at the very start of Star Wars The Last Jedi, when we see Kylo Ren for the very first time with his helmet off with that massive patch covering his face, which is healing where he was wounded. So that massive black patch that we saw when he was in his TIE Silencer attacking the Resistance, and when we first saw him when he confronted Snoke, we're going to be seeing that for Kylo Ren, which is going to be quite an interesting one, but you don't really see his face too often unless you turn your camera around. So yeah, but that's kind of an interesting one. Next up is going to be the Administrator Lando. So this is going to be Bespin Lando. Now, I believe this Lando, I think he had the blue shirt and the blue cape on. So this is kind of an interesting one for Lando. Something nice and different there, which is cool to see. The next one now is going to be Yoda. Honestly, there aren't that many skins for Yoda, but they have managed to pull one out, and it's going to be Hooded Yoda a pulled up hood. So Yoda is going to have a skin whereby his hood is pulled up. And if I can, what I'll try and do is for every single one of these skins, I will try and find an image and I will put it on the screen for you guys as I'm talking over these so you guys can look through them. The next one then is going to be Endor Leia and also Endor and Han. So they're nice to see those two Endor skins coming through. And then the final one, which I desperately wanted to come into Battlefront 2, and I am happy to pull out my wallet to buy this one. It is Acto, I can't even pronounce it correctly. It is Acto Rey. Of course, when we see her with her awesome suit on and then that sort of like cape that she wears at the back, which we've seen from Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. We also saw it from Qui-Gon in The Phantom Menace. So I'm really happy to see that one, especially in the other ones. I'd never actually expected them to come on through. But moving on then, there is way more. So, trooper appearances. Heroes are not the only ones that are going to be getting some new appearances, as troopers are going to be receiving some brand new looks. We know that this is something many of you guys have been asking for, so we can't wait to see them in action across the galaxy. In total, there are up to 40 new trooper appearances, including new officer appearances for both the First Order and the Empire. Rebels will be receiving appearances across all trooper classes, including the Heavy Quarren Rebel and the Twi'lek Specialist. If I can get those on the screen, I will show them. If not, you'll know about them anyway. Heavy Zabrak and the Duros Officer are the two of the appearances that you'll have available when playing as the Resistance. So we're going to be having a lot of trooper appearances coming to the game. And in terms of the game improvements then, so in the next update, you'll be able to convert crafting parts to skill points. Now, of course, in the progression update, crafting parts were made pretty much useless for the community, but now they have actually gone ahead, and now if you have existing crafting parts, you'll be able to use those for skill points. Now, what it says here is that one skill point is going to cost you 40 crafting parts. Now, for example, to put it into context, for me, on Battlefront 2, I've got 160 crafting points still left over after the update came out. That means I'll be able to get myself 4 free skill points in order to convert those into, 4 free skill points, which then I can get converted using my unused crafting points. And it also says here, winning a round will now provide you a small bonus to the credits you earn, making those wins that little bit extra valuable. A great way to earn some additional credits towards the appearances you have your eyes set on. So for me, that'd be Acto Rey. Just putting it out there. So Season 2 updates then. This is what we really wanted to know about. Where is this going? So, let's have a look then. We know that there's been a lot of discussion within our community about the release of Season 2, and we can confirm that yes, it is coming. So, it's okay guys, there is a Season 2, just like 6 months later. As many of you have also expected, our focus was on the progression update, as we felt this was the most important improvement to the game that we needed to make. So this obviously means then that the Season 2 was actually delayed because of the progression update. It's been confirmed right here that there has been a delay on it because of this update. And honestly, I felt like the progression update was needed, and it definitely should have been their main focus, and I'm glad they did. Obviously, it's pushed back Season 2 and has put a bit of anger on that side of things, but when they've done this entire revamp of the game, it really has worked well. And yeah, I think that they've done a good job with this, so we can confirm that there is a delay. So, as we move forward with Star Wars Battlefront 2, there'll be 2 types of content update that we will be releasing. The first is the same style as the Night of Endor update that we're releasing on April the 18th, and the second is Seasons. Seasons will focus around a specific theme, such as a new Star Wars film or an anniversary in the Star Wars universe. This will usually span multiple months. So, when it says such as a new Star Wars film, Season 2 for me pretty much is sounding like a solo season for the solo movie. Although, honestly, I think everyone wants the Clone Wars era, but we don't know yet, so we can't put that into perspective. So it says here, in March, we launched the progression update. April is Night of Endor, and moving forward, we're committed to keeping up with these sets of content updates. We can confirm that Season 2 will be coming in May, and you'll get more details a little closer to the time. So we're going to be getting Season 2 confirmed in May. Upcoming challenges. Now, they've got some challenges on the way. We've got some great challenges coming up, and fans of emotes are going to enjoy these 2 below. Name, Kota Chad T Yup Nub. Don't know what that means. April 19th to the 22nd, so that is in 6 days' time. The objective is to defeat 25 enemies in Night of Endor. Reward, Peekaboo emote, which is quite funny. And then the next one then is Fastest Hunk of Junk. April the 26th to the 29th, defeat 10 enemies as a starfighter for the Chosen One emote. Remember that there's new challenges every day and bonus ones are awarded over each weekend. So that is awesome. Then we've got some balancing, bugs and tweaks. This goes on for a long time. So let's get straight into it and keep plowing through these because we've got a lot to answer then. So we've heard a lot about Iden over the last couple of weeks that's amongst the community, and that she's been a little bit overpowered. We agree. As a result of this, we've removed the double stun from her droid. We've also increased the stun duration from 0.5 to 0.9 seconds. So this now means that basically what happens is if you haven't used Iden before, what she does is she fires a droid and she gives you one stun. Which you're sort of stuck there for about half a second. Then you move for a little bit and then you are stunned considerably for a very long amount of time. And the intent was given to players a chance to roll away from the second stun and provide some skill reward. This became confusing and rarely did it play out as we originally intended. What we saw was players being stunned for a total of 2.3 seconds, which usually resulted in defeat. Obviously, what they're saying here is this second stun, which basically just froze the enemy hero or enemy player for that period of time, was for Iden to run away. People didn't do that. They took advantage, they stunned, and if you have a fully health, for example, a fully health Luke or a fully health Rey in HVV, you can take out one of those max health with one stun from a droid. It is that overpowered. We've also made some tweaks to the core combat system. We've improved the melee combat responsiveness for all melee attacks, including things like lightsabers and Phasma's staff attack. Timing for effects, audio, camera shake, and the application of damage has been aligned to expected moment of the impact to make the melee combat experience tighter and reduce the feel of latency. You'll be able to read about all these fixes coming in the next update with the full patch notes, which I will cover when they go live. And finally, a couple of community questions then, which I'll go through. When can we hear about Season 2? As many as the community has suspected, the progression update was the primary focus. Season 2 is coming out in May. Leveling hero starfighters is very slow. Are there any plans to address this? We're currently looking at a few ways to address this. It is on our radar, and I agree with this one actually. It does take a long time to get rid of that. Are there any plans to replace the in-game holographic effect? Yes, there is. You will hear and more importantly see this in action soon. We're aiming for the first look at this to go live the same time as Season 2 arrives. As always though, things are subject to change, but this is our current target date. So of course when you have a look in the collection screen, everything is all holographic, and basically we just want to see the actual character just there without the holographic changes. Many people would love to see Starfighter Assault get added to Arcade. Is this something we can expect in the future? We share the same love for Starfighter Assault as a lot of our community do. While we're having nothing to announce in terms of dates, there is something that we're actively looking at. So they are looking at potentially bringing in Starfighter Assault to Arcade. Spending skill points pre-round would be an excellent quality of life addition to the game. Currently it's frustrating having to back out of the game just to spend them. Any plans? The answer is we fully agree and support this. The current goal is to have this implemented at the same time as Season 2 arrives, so that is another one that is going to be expected to come in. Can we expect to see something Clone Wars related in the future? We hear you and we will update you on anything Clone Wars related in the future. Now we don't know if that's obviously patch coming out this time or if it's going to be a solo one, but yeah. The final question then is going to be communication is something that our community has been requesting more of. What are your thoughts now that the progression update is out? We appreciate that communication has probably not been at a level our players have wanted. The community transition is the first step towards improving on that. We will continue to strive to be better, and if we falter, we are sure to let the community know. So that is absolutely massive that they are looking to make the community transition much better. And yeah, so there's a couple of Battlefront 2 screenshots then that I've come on through, and the final bit then is Punch It. While we see this as the start of the transition series, we want to hear your feedback. Let us know what you think by dropping our notes below or reaching out to us on our social channels. We want to hear feedback moving forward, and yeah, we've got more to come. Transition over. There it is, guys. That is what we have got then. Massive updates coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2. New skins, new appearances, and a new epic Ewok game mode. I cannot wait for it. Guys, if you are excited, feel free to drop it a like. If you are new around here as well, feel free to subscribe for some more Star Wars content coming in the future. And I will be sure to cover the patch notes when they go live, and I'll be able to cover all of the new updates when they go out. And yeah, until then, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care all. Peace.